I'm now going to call the meeting to order. It is now 7 p.m. and this is a regular meeting of the Kaneland Board of Education. We would like to inform all board meeting attendees that this meeting is being live streamed and archived for access at any time by our community members on the internet within 24 to 48 hours of the meeting's conclusion. And we'd like to start the meeting with a moment of silence. I'd like to think of Kaneland as a family, and students, faculty, staff, board members, members of the community. We're a family, and it's with heavy hearts that we remember Kevin Larson. Kevin was a deeply respected and dedicated member of our Kaneland family. As a high school special education teacher, he served students and families of Kaneland since 2006. His commitment and kind presence enriched our school, and his loss is felt across our entire community. Please join me as we observe a moment of silence to remember and honor the life of Kevin Larson. Thank you. And Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. O'Holly.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And a roll call, please.
Mr. Mankivsky.
Here.
Mr. Kleisner.
Here.
Mr. Cook.
Here.
Dr. Lawler.
Here.
Mr. McCauley.
Here.
Mrs. Simmons.
Here.
Mr. Stalcup.
Here.
With 7 members present, we have a quorum. Is there anything the board would like to move from consent to new business? All right, hearing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved. Second.
And a roll call, please.
Mr. Kleisner.
Aye.
Mrs. Simmons.
Aye.
Mr. Cook.
Aye.
Dr. Lawler.
Aye.
Mr. Stalcup.
Aye.
Mr. McCauley.
Aye.
Mr. Mankivsky.
Aye. Motion's carried 7-0. The agenda is approved. It is now time for board/superintendent salutes. I will turn it over to Dr. Rowan.
Thank you. We have a packed house this evening. So we're going to start off with recognizing our custodians. Our custodians work hard to maintain the buildings, keep things clean and organized, set up for special events, and make it an enjoyable experience for our staff and students. National Custodian Appreciation Day is October 2nd. This evening, I'd like to invite Mr. Antonio Avilla and Mr. Joe Shkowski of ABM to introduce some of their staff that is here today. If you want to come to the podium, just.
So you want me to introduce
Yeah,
us?
that'd be
Yeah,
great. Thank
please.
you.
Good evening, everybody. I would like to introduce you of the custodians that are here today. Minerva, Emilia, Cesar, Efrain, Humberto, Lilia, and Rosa. They all work for Kaneland schools, and thank you for all what you do every day.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I understand we also have, I'd like to invite Mr. Coach Cleary to the podium to recognize one of our students.
Should we invite Jack?
We can.
All right. So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, Jack Nevenhoven is coming up tonight. This is Jack's opportunity. He was invited by Mr. Stalkup, who might say something in a few moments. to talk a little bit about his Eagle Scout project that he had worked on over the course of the summer and culminated actually in June with his teammates. And so Jack had a few words that he wanted to be able to share with you tonight, so we're going to let him kick off first.
Hi, my name is Jack Nievenhoven. I am a senior at Kaneland High School, and I am a Life Scout from Troop 7 in Elmer. I'm working on earning the rank of Eagle Scout. To do so, I had to supervise an Eagle Scout leadership service project, which is what this is. The service project has to demonstrate a Scout's capacity and willingness to exert his leadership ability in activities that are constructive and worthwhile in his community by undertaking a significant project for his school, his community, or his church. After speaking with my cross-country coach, Mr. Clary, who is an Eagle Scout from Troop 7, he proposed this Eagle Scout project, which I chose. My Eagle Scout project consisted of placing 12-inch square brick pavers, like that, every 200 meters on the Kaneland High School's cross-country course. There were 25 of them from start to the 4,800 brick there. They were painted white with black text that said KXC and the distance on there. We measured out the course and placed the bricks every 200 meters. And then in addition, they're not pictured here, but I saw them earlier. We placed posts at the 1 and the 2 mile markers on the course. This was all completed with many volunteers from the troop and the cross-country team. This project is important to me because Kaneland Cross Country has been a large part of my high school experience, and I wanted to do something that would benefit the program and other teams. The project benefits Kaneland Cross Country because it helps the team at practices and during the meets because they know where they are on the course, and they can use the bricks for specific workouts for if they need to run a specific distance. I'd also like to thank Mr. Roman, I'm not sure if he's here, and Mr. Payton for helping me with complete this project. They both met me several times through the project and were very helpful with the logistics of the project.
It's no surprise that Jack remembered to speak to those people in our leadership positions, and Mr. Payton and Mr. Roman were very vital to the success of the project itself. Prior to with Mr. Payton getting materials and things ready for Jack, so that it was ready and at hand the day that we needed it. And then in the day or in the event of with Mr. Roman being out there that day also to ask some important questions about brick placement pertaining to safety with other sports in mind as well when that needed to happen. And I also wanted to thank the troop members from Troop 7 who helped Jack get ready for this experience because it was a highly successful experience. I thought we would be there the entire day. We thought pizza was going to be the break in the middle. We were going to go into the afternoon, and we had everything done before pizza at noon. So a lot of that has to do with Jack and his preparation, but also with the troop leaders and their work, as well as all the other pieces in between. So it's a very successful project that we'll continue to benefit from in the future for our Kaneland program. But one of the funny things that you don't realize is when we hosted the Eddington Invitational on the 20th of September, there were a lot of other coaches from visiting teams that came and saw the bricks in the ground and saw how much care and pride that our Kaneland administration and community takes in our sport, and seeing something like this was very impressive for them. And so we're just very grateful for the opportunity to be able to celebrate that with you tonight. Mr. Stalkup, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, the thing that I wanted to bring this tonight is what really stood out to me was when I first heard about it, my son came home, he's on the cross-country team, wanted to come and help. It's like, sure, let's go help, it's the right thing to do, it's good. And as I got in and learned more, it wasn't necessarily to me as much about the what it was as Jack's interest in helping the district and in bettering the district, and Jack's interest in bettering cross-country just collectively for our team, but teams to come. That's what stood out to me.
Thank you.
So, Jack, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very impressive. When I'm able to run that far, I'll have to go check it out. Be a little slow. But. All right. Well, thank you so much. That's all I have for the evening.
Okay, Dr. Bogan?
No.
Board members? All right, the board appreciates everyone in attendance this evening and invites you to stay as we move into the new business portion of the meeting. We understand that not everyone is able to stay for the entire meeting, and we wanted to make sure you know that this is an open meeting, so you're able to come and go as you need, and we look forward to seeing you at future meetings. Tonight's consent agenda.
Thank you.
Going.
Hey guys, Chris said, can we just wait till the public comments, just about 5 minutes?
Oh, they've been told.
Tonight's consent agenda
Public comment.
that contains the following information. Action items. Approval of accounts payable and payroll for September 2025. 2, approval of minutes of the September 15th, 2025 regular meeting. 3, approval of personnel. 4, approval of the 2024-2025 administration and teacher salary and benefits report. And the informational items. Number 5 are student student suspension data report. Freedom of Information report. I will now entertain a motion to approve the consent items listed.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Mrs. Simmons.
Aye.
Mr. Cook.
Aye.
Dr. Lawler.
Aye.
Mr. Stallcup.
Aye.
Mr. McCauley.
Aye.
Mr. Mankivsky.
Aye, motion carries 7-0.
Aye.
Now it's,
It's going well tonight.
you're just trying to get through public
It's
comment.
just one of those evenings. All right. Public comments. We use the public comment section as an opportunity to listen to our stakeholders. The board does not debate or engage in conversation during this time. I'd like to remind everyone to state your name and village of residence for the record. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Public comment is a maximum of 30 minutes with a 20-minute total length of time for any one subject. Those who speak are asked to maintain a tone of courtesy and civility. And our first is Susie Axel.
Good evening, Susie Axel, KDA President, High School Math Teacher. I just want to take the opportunity to thank all the district and building administration for the support plan that was put in place for the high school staff today, not only today, but the upcoming week. It means a lot to us, and the response that I received when I contacted any of them to say the staff needed something was almost immediate. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Axel. David Kiros.
Hi, good evening. My name is David Kiros. I'm a resident of Aurora. I am the regional manager with an exciting initiative here in Illinois called Birth to 5 Illinois. Birth to 5 Illinois works locally to build a stronger, more inclusive and equitable early childhood system that puts the family stories at the center of policy and program decisions. This system was created to better understand how to help families with young children thrive in their communities. We listen to families and document their challenges and successes around accessing early childhood services and education opportunities. We listen, we ask questions, and we share feedback to both sides. Locally and countywide, we see programs and services that don't have nearly enough preschool, childcare, and early intervention openings for children, despite all the programs and resources that exist. We share these wants and needs with the leadership who can bring about change. Those include the Regional Office of Education, as well as local and state elected officials. Over the past 2 years, Birth to 5 Illinois' regional team has published an early childhood regional needs assessment, a mental and behavioral health needs report, and an action plan that not only outline some of the challenges within our local early childhood system, but more importantly, make recommendations and outline action steps for how we can better support families with young children. Our Birth to 5 Illinois team is currently working with providers, local community leaders, libraries, and families to address the recommendations they have talked to us about. Their continued feedback and input serve as a roadmap for our work. We also work alongside our funders, the Illinois State Board of Education, and we look forward to the new Department of Early Childhood that will encompass several existing programs under this new state department starting this year. As we continue to engage with local leadership, I also seek to engage with local school district administration. School districts play a critical role in the community, aiding parents and caregivers in where they hope to start or grow their families. We want to make sure that the school district administration is aware and understands the importance of reaching children from birth through high school graduation. Families make decisions based not only on academic achievement, but also on access to early learning and child care opportunities for their children. I would invite you to look at our reports that can be found on our website and take a look at the information we have gathered up to now over the past 3 years. Thank you so much for your time tonight. I do have some hard copies of information I'm happy to leave, and then I can follow up digitally with some other resources.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Quiroz.
Thank you.
Good to meet you. Thank you.
Your copies will be approved. Thank you.
Next, Sheila Albano.
Sheila Albano from Melbourne, and I get to talk tonight about two of my favorite things in the world, Boy Scouts Troop 7 and Kaneland Cross Country. To Jack's project and other Eagle projects, for those of you who don't know, I've been a longtime Eagle coordinator for Troop 7, and it is critical to have outside adult help when the kids come to do their projects, because without the beneficiaries' help, we can't go forward to anything. So I also am grateful to Mr. Payton and Mr. Rollman for being willing. Also, the scout is the one who has to lead it, which means the scout is the one who has to go talk to them. And that can sometimes be a problem, and they've been fantastic. And his support, in addition to the cross-country, the maintenance support for Eddington, especially this particular year, was phenomenal, as it always is, but even especially so. So thank you for that. In addition, so that you know, Troop 7 has done multiple Eagle projects for this district. The pole vault run at the middle school was built by one of our kids. In the band room, where all the storage cabinets are for the drums and everything, was built by one of our kids. The playground, the only playground that doesn't have wood chips or whatever underneath it, at Stewart, that was one of our Eagle projects that put 80 tons of rubbery stuff all along there. We had another one build a bench and work on doors, also at Stewart. Those are the ones that come to mind immediately. So we've been working with the district for a while, and it's really greatly appreciated. As to the Eddington last Saturday, for those who may or may not know, we got here at 6:15 in the morning. Coach Clary was here even earlier, and it was lightning, and it was scary lightning. Not over the top of us, but in a place where you never know where that lightning is going to go. We had over 50 volunteers. No, I'm sorry. We had about 50 volunteers, parents and past parents and other people that I grabbed to pull together that always come to make sure we can get that race done well. And everybody arriving and all the schools arriving, they can't get off their buses, or where do we put them so they're safe, because we had a very long lightning delay. Gene Stern, who's sitting over there, helped us take care of that. Coach Clary, Mr. Rollman, lots of phone calls running around making sure those kids got into the middle school building. I'm sorry, it's my middle school, the KMAC building, where they could be safe and hang out and wait, as well as our staff, and getting into some place where they could wait and be safe. And without all of those people stepping up, it could have been a real chaotic mess. And we still managed to hold it, and everything went fine. No one was hurt, and that was the most important thing. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone, and for the scouts to know that you can stand up at these meetings and not have to complain. You can also say thank you. So.
Thank you. Okay. Tonight, the Community Engagement and Finance Facility Committees met. Committee chairs will please provide an overview and updates. to the Board of Education, unless you really want to stay. you can
This is your
have-
time to go.
You can catch me up.
Yeah, we'll catch up later. Got it.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Will the Finance and Facility Committee please provide a recap?
Yep, so we reviewed the revenue and expenditures handout that was greatly put together by Jackie with summary information and snapshots in time. We're very close. We have one or two just minor tweaks, but it's a very usable document, easy to understand. So thank you to Jackie for putting that together. We reviewed the current budget that you'll see being presented a little later. Couple of highlights from that is currently have some deficit in the overall budget of $183,000, which last year was $4.2 million. So we are greatly trending in the right direction. We're very hopeful that we will be neutral or positive with some attention to this yet. So, and the ops and maintenance in the current budget, there's deficits of $160,000. There's always something that comes up, but these two deficits I'm going to speak to now are part of the 183, so it is an overall net of 183. And our transportation deficit is $550,000. That is really being driven by the proration of the proration that we're being hit with by the state. As Jackie brought to us on the initial review, there was, our proration is 80%, and now we are 69% of the 80%, if my numbers are right there.
It's still pending for this year, so no finals yet.
But that's what we're hoping, and if we got our 80% proration, we would be doing very well and neutral. So, and then we discussed moving forward, we're working on some information on the referendum projects in handout form that over the next few months we'll be solidifying that to have a handout of some budget info for that, and working on ops maintenance plan for future. It's really early right now, but it's started, and we'll be having that as the next order of business after the referendum.
Okay. Community engagement.
For community engagement, first I'd like to thank Bill, one of our community members that have been a part of our meeting and that he continues. I'd like to invite others to come join us too for this meeting, because we could definitely use some more thoughts and ideas and just helping us as we're brainstorming how we can how we can work more with our community partners. David shared with us about some of the community engagement things that he's already doing, and what you might not realize is, school is more than just, what's going on here every day. It's also, we need to collaborate with our community partners, because we need to make sure their resources are being shared with our families, the things that we're doing, we're sharing with them. Opportunities for our students, there's just so many ways that we can work with each other. But if we don't know what's going on, what they're doing, and they don't know what's going on with us, then that's just, that's a barrier that David is trying to bridge that gap right now. And so appreciate that he goes around, he's working with the Chambers of Commerce and other organizations, but he's always looking for other organizations that would like for him to either meet with or have conversations with, and also be able to share the things that they're doing with them. So if you are what they're doing, if you would like to reach out to David, you can go to our website, which I will continue to promote every time I get to talk. So go to our website, communications tab, and David's information is all there. So if you have an organization that you feel that we should connect with, Kaneland should be working with, connecting with, having conversations with, collaborate, just like thank you today for you coming today, please reach out to David, because that's the only way we will be able to grow and be able to provide the resources that our students and our parents need. The other thing is, very excited too about brainstorming some of the opportunities that maybe our students can do later on. So we're looking at what does that look like with our past alumni, and when it comes to what are the projects that they are doing, where are they working, do they own business and stuff like that, how can we connect our students into networking with them. So I know alumni is always about we're asking for money. We're not asking for money. We are asking for alumni to maybe step up so our students can network with them, and maybe bridge some more of those kind of gaps. So that is something that's further down the line, but something that came up in our conversation. So again, appreciate the conversation that was had today. And I don't know, Ryan, anything else you'd like to add?
I think you covered it all.
All right, and thank you, David.
All right. On to new business. The first item of new business is the public hearing and approval of Kaneland CUSD number 302 2025-2026 budget. As a reminder, I will open the public hearing and we will hear an overview from Dr. Bogan. We'll then ask for public comments. Afterward, the public hearing will close and board members will have an opportunity to discuss. It is now 7:26 p.m. and I'm calling the public hearing on the Kaneland Community Unit School District 302 2025-2026 budget to order. Dr. Bogan, if you please provide us with an overview.
Yes, thank you. This year's operating budget totals $77.9 million, with a total district budget of $115.9 million across all funds. I do just want to call out that the total budget is significantly higher than in prior years, and that is due to the addition of our first round of bond proceeds from that first sale that happened in early July. And so we have established that money. We are recording it as revenue and also all expenditures out of Capital Projects Fund 60, so that is included in that number. With that being said, our operating expenditures are slightly lower than last year. We did see a decrease. We do anticipate, as Mr. Stallcup already shared, that the overall budget deficit this year is $183,000. That's really being driven by the operations and maintenance in the transportation fund, as already discussed. The good news for this year is that, one, we did significantly reduce the deficit from that 4.2 to the $183,000, so much more manageable throughout this year as we make decisions. But we also are only operating at a deficit in 2 out of the 4 operating funds, so there was no need to submit a deficit reduction plan to the state of Illinois for this year. So that was good. Just to touch on a couple things, as far as revenue goes, the local tax levy does remain the primary driver and source of new revenue for the district, and it makes up almost entirely the 2.5% year-over-year increase in total operating revenue. So that still is being driven from those local sources. We did, in our committee meeting, we talked quite a bit about evidence-based funding. Our funding from the state is essentially flat to prior year at $7.3 million total. Kaneland is considered a Tier 4 district, and so we are not eligible, or we are eligible to receive new tier money. However, it is very, very small. To put it in perspective, this year we're receiving an additional $3,500 in that new tier money. So not something that is impactful for the district. Again, already highlighted, but just to put that in a perspective, the transportation reimbursements for this year, we are projecting at $1.6 million for regular transportation, which is slightly higher than the tentative budget. I based it off of last year's reimbursement claim that we just submitted, and then $1.5 million for special education transportation, which is consistent with prior estimates. If the state met its obligation and fully reimbursed us at that 80%, we would be almost flat, so we wouldn't see a deficit in this. We do know that there is going to be a proration. Those numbers are not yet final, and so these numbers that we have in here for revenue do reflect that anticipated proration. So that has been captured. And then for the third year in a row, we did receive the teacher vacancy grant. It is a little bit less. So initially we had been allocated just over $100,000 for that, but the state came back and is prorating that. And so as of right now, we will be receiving just over $66,000 for that. There is talk that that may be made whole this year. So right now we are budgeting for the $66,000, but keeping an eye on that closely in case we get some additional funding there. Overall expenditures, just to reiterate, they're 1.3% lower than last year's budget. The other big highlight, I do want everyone to know that this budget does reflect the $1 million transfer that was approved from working cash to the operations and maintenance fund. And then also in the ISB format budget that all of you have, it also includes our vendor list, which covers all of those miscellaneous revenue sources for student activity funds. So approval of the budget also includes approval of those as well. I do want to reiterate, I think as I always do, is the budget is a snapshot in time. It's where we currently are, and so I really view this as like a living, breathing, ever-changing sort of document. And so this is what's captured now. If there are significant changes throughout the year, those will be brought back to the board for discussion, amendment, and approval if needed. But I do think that this budget reflects a responsible and conservative approach. I think it balances the needs to support students, staff, and facilities while very carefully monitoring expenditures, especially in the transportation and operations areas. So tonight we are requesting the board's approval for the 25-26 budget as presented. I do think that this puts us on a path, to a bright future. So, what questions? Or I guess, I'm sorry, it's public hearing.
At this time, we will invite the public to make any comments on the Kaneland 2025-2026 budget, keeping in mind the guidelines as stated earlier in the meeting. All commenters who wish. All right. Hearing no comments, I will close the public hearing at 7:33 p.m. I will now open up discussion among the board on the approval of the Kaneland 2025-2026 budget. I'll just go ahead. I mean, these are the cards the state has dealt us. And it just shows, I'll put misplaced priorities at the state level. We can't control, we're just making the best of circumstances. We have a geographically, we have a huge district. And their playing games with the transportation numbers kills us. But how it is. Anyone else?
I just want to say, I mean, from what, $4 million deficit, 4.1 million down to 183,000 projected deficit. I mean, our expectation is we'd be sitting in a pretty heavy deficit for the next couple of years, right? At least when we
Well-
talked about it last year.
So mid-year last year, with the deficit reduction plan that was put in place, that really put us on the path to be able to get here today. So I know that those were really difficult decisions and difficult conversations, but it made this possible.
And I want to thank, Dr. Bogan and the rest of the administrative team and our union partners for helping to navigate some of those difficult conversations and putting this district on a much more sustainable path. So it was a lot of work on their end, and we really do appreciate it.
Just a quick question, and again, last year was difficult going through this in the springtime and late winter, springtime, just having these discussions, having to make these decisions. Well, I know it wasn't easy for anybody on this board. I know it's not easy for for you guys in the cabinet. It's not pretty, but we have to do what we have to do. I know we also brought $1 million over from the cash reserve into the O&M fund. Is that just going to be reflected on this year, obviously, for that $1 million being available? Are we going to have to do something similar next year? Is that kind of, or will
So
we
the
kind
goal-
of balance out into next year anyway?
So the goal is not to have to do another transfer, but what we will need to do, and I know we're approving the 25-26 budget, literally, after that happens, my mind immediately goes to the next year, and that process starts all over again, and I ask people to start thinking about next year, and I'll be asking all of you to start thinking about next year and what decisions and what conversations we need to have now to start planning for that. And so really the monitoring that we do throughout the course of this year and the planning that we begin to prepare for next year will put us on that path. But the goal is not to do another transfer, because that can't be the long-term solution.
That's kind of where I was going with
Yep.
that. It's like, did we transfer cash this year, get us down, to that $183,000 deficit? Is that something that's going to be sustainable year over year, or is it
No.
just this fiscal year that we were going to see this, and then next year was going to be a little bit more trouble again?
So not necessarily a higher deficit. So what we did is we essentially just added money so that fund balance in O&M wasn't negative.
Mhm.
But what we need to do year over year is look at what are our revenues to what are our expenses. And so that's always going to be the conversation, because we don't necessarily have the fund balance, right, to keep supporting negative spending.
Okay.
So we have to continue to look for ways to spend within the revenue that we have year over year.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Any other board members?
Just want to reiterate my thanks. This is not easy work, so I always appreciate it, so thank you.
All right, I'll entertain a motion that the Board of Education approve the 2025-2026 Kaneland Community Unit School District 302 budget.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Mr. McCauley.
Aye.
Dr. Lawler.
Aye.
Mr. Cook.
Aye.
Mr. Stolkup.
Aye.
Mr. Kleisner.
Aye.
Mrs. Simmons.
Aye.
Mr. Mankivsky.
Aye. The Kaneland by motion carries 7-0. The Kaneland budget for the 2025-2026 calendar is approved. The second item of new business is the public hearing and approval of the Fox Valley Career Center 2025-2026 budget. Following the same guideline as before, it is now 7:39 p.m. and I'm calling the public hearing on the Fox Valley Career Center 2025-2026 budget to order. Dr. Bogan, if you'd please provide us with an overview.
Yes, so Kaneland School District acts as the fiscal agent for Fox Valley Career Center, and as such, the board is required to adopt and approve their budget. The Fox Valley Career Center Board of Directors approved this budget at their September 3rd meeting. This budget reflects updated student enrollment figures, and that directly drives staffing and operational costs for Fox Valley Career Center. As of the 11th day enrollment, Fox Valley Career Center had 386 students, was just down slightly from last year at 395. This number is used to calculate each of the member school districts' tuition contribution. On the revenue side, Fox Valley is going to receive $330,988 through the Career Technical Education Grant. It's just a slight decrease from last year. But on the federal Perkins grant funding, they received an increase of about it was an increase of $18,910 over last year, which puts their total federal funding up to $53,177. So these additional Perkins dollars allowed Fox Valley Career Center to reduce some of the local spending on materials and supplies for programs in welding, automotive, and electrical, which help to keep those programs fully funded but also maintain tuition levels for member districts. Some other just adjustments that were included from the time of tentative to final budget. There was a small increase to the professional services line to just cover any cost tied to potential future program expansion. And then there was a $2,000 increase for substitutes, just based on the historical needs of the program. I think. So overall, the final budget, it represents a 0.27 increase over last year. So that dollar amount is $6,690 overall. Their budget is balanced. They are projected that their revenues will exceed expenditures by $1,063. So Fox Valley Career Center in the past typically doesn't hold onto unspent funds. They look at how they can return those to districts, or in other cases, use them for any operational needs that they have. So that is their overall budget. What questions?
At this time, we will invite the public to make any comments on the Fox Valley Career Center 2025-2026 budget, keeping in mind the guidelines stated earlier in the meeting. All right, hearing no comments, I will close the public hearing at 7:43 p.m. And I will now open discussion among the board for the approval of the Fox Valley Career Center 2025-2026 budget.
Dr. Bogan, can you remind me, what's the tuition right now for Fox Valley?
I would need to look
Oh, sorry.
at that. I don't have that number in front of
That's
me,
okay.
but their
That's good.
total budget is just under $2.5 million.
Yeah. I got,
Um,
so I could divide it by the student number. Okay, yeah. I was wondering if it had gone up
there's
as
a
well to
rate.
reflect cost of living stuff.
Yep. I mean, it has gone up slightly, but
Yeah.
Fox Valley does a great job of maintaining a really steady tuition rate. And there are fluctuations based on enrollments in particular
Right.
programs, things like that, so. They do a pre-billing, and at the end of the year, they do a reconciliation billing, so that districts are charged for what they use in the
Right.
program.
Many years ago, there was some rumblings about districts maybe not staying in Fox Valley, maybe doing their own programs. Has that settled, or are we pretty sure that all the districts are committed to staying in the Fox Valley program?
West Aurora no longer is actively part of the group.
Okay.
However, the other districts have not made any
So we're good.
commentary about, trying to back out or anything like that. In fact, with a new director, there's conversations about what else can we
Okay.
add, what other opportunities are there. So I don't see that as
Good.
anything in the future.
Obviously, it's designed to make sure that all those
Mhm.
districts continue to participate. If one of them does back out, it makes it harder for the other ones. So,
Mhm.
good to hear.
Anyone else? All right, I will now entertain a motion that the Board of Education approves the 2025-2026 Fox Valley Career Center budget as presented.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Mr. Mankowski.
Aye.
Dr. Lawler.
Aye.
Mr. Stolkup.
Aye.
Mr. Cook.
Aye.
Mr. Kleisner.
Aye.
Mrs. Simmons.
Aye.
Mr. McCauley.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0. The Fox Valley Career Center budget for the 2025-2026 is approved. The third item of new business is the approval of donations from the Special Education PTA. Dr. Bogan, if you'd please update us.
Yes, this is just a very short one. I know I sort of previewed this last board meeting when you accepted donations. But since then, our special education PTA had provided information about what they had donated. And so I did want to formally recognize that and just thank the special ed PTA on behalf of the Kaneland administration. Just grateful for their support of our programs for our kids. It does so much, and they really do some really great things throughout the year. This past year in total, for 24-25, they donated back to programs $982.97. So just wanted to thank them. I think the dollar amount doesn't always reflect all that they do for the Kaneland community too. So that's all I have.
Okay. I will now entertain a motion that the Board of Education accepts the special needs PTA donation totaling $982.97 for the 2024-2025 school year.
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call, please.
Dr. Lawler.
Aye.
Mr. Stolkup.
Aye.
Mr. Cook.
Aye.
Mr. Kleisner.
Aye.
Mrs. Simmons.
Aye.
Mr. McCauley.
Aye.
Mr. Mankowski.
Aye. Motion carries 7-0. The special needs PTA donation is approved. The fourth item of new business is the Caneville Fire Protection District update. Dr. Bogan, if you could provide more information, please.
Yes, I would like to invite Chief Brittany Chase to the microphone. She's here to represent Caneville Fire and give an update.
Hello, everybody. So this is probably the first time many of us have met one another, but it's magical. So I am Brittany Chase. I am the current fire chief for Caneville Fire Protection District. I have been with the department for 17 years total. Okay, I started as a cadet at the ripe young age of 16, and now I've worked my way up through all the rankings to the fire chief of the department. I was a Kaneland graduate myself at some point along the way, so this district taught me my ways of the fire service and EMS services as well. For most of my career, I spent, say 10 years or so in the private sector of EMS. Okay, I've also operated on multiple fire departments, Big Rock, Maple Park, and Westmont. Okay, currently I'm an aspiring entrepreneur on my own, and dabbling in the trades. Just I like to work with my hands as well, so just trying different things with my life as I go on. Okay. As far as Caneville goes, I'm best known for my leadership style and my dedication to volunteerism. Caneville is my home. It is where I've lived since I was 9 years old. The fire department, my significant other would say, is also my second home. Okay, so I know that you folks have met a lot of different individuals from our organization over the past year or so, okay, but I want to make something profoundly very clear to you, and that is that this administration that is here today, we're here to stay, okay. I would like to give the opportunity for my assistant chiefs to come up here and introduce themselves as well to you folks. We intend on making a big impact to this district and community, so I'll give them an opportunity to speak as well.
Hi, I'm Bart Needham, live in Caneville Township. Been a Caneville volunteer since 1987. I'm currently full-time firefighter paramedic in Hoffman Estates, and I run the family blacksmith shop in Caneville also. Kaneland graduate.
I'm David Kovach. been a Kaneland firefighter, Caneville firefighter, since 2000, about a month after I moved in. Not a Caneville graduate, sorry. But want to make sure that you know that we fully support Chief Chase and that we're here to help her out. So I usually interface with the high school, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have anytime. Anything else, Chief?
No, I think you like to keep it short and sweet on me, so I have to come back up here and talk. That's just how that works, right? That's fine. Yes, you're right about that. Yes, yeah, there's that too, right? So just briefly touching on the relationship with Kaneland, I truly believe that at this point in time, it's going to be continuous and we can grow. Okay, I've had some really good conversations with a couple of you, a few good meetings, and I know Assistant Chief Needham was also involved in those conversations. We're just going to keep going with that. You know, I'm very appreciative of Dr. Bogan for inviting us here to these meetings, and we'd like to continue to do that as much as possible. Other ways that we involve ourselves with the Kaneland School District right now, we're still attending the football games. Our candidates are very, very excited about going to the football games because I hear they're doing a great job out there, and I love that because go Kaneland football, right? We also are attending those cross country meets. We are having the local fire department supply the ALS ambulance. Okay, so that is still a process. We actually did have a transport at the last football game. It went swimmingly. Sugar Grove transported. We had Maple Park shift in, and everything went without a hitch. Okay. As noted here, Assistant Chief Kovac is in charge of inspections, any alarms, anything that you guys have planned for event-wise. This for the high school and KMAC. So he'll be your direct contact for things like that. Recently, you guys hired Trenton Lancaster to take over that Fox Valley Career Center fire science program. And we've been building a really good, positive relationship with them. You know, honestly, Trenton has been very forward, very open, and it's really been an amazing conversation and professional relationship that we've been building with him. We recently were able to donate one of our engines to the Fox Valley Career Center. That was donated to us by Batavia and then passed on, and he loves that thing, so it's very cool to see how the program can continue to grow with just a little bit of our assistance. Just to update, there's a couple things on our current staffing model. I know that our interim, Kevin Peterson, spoke on behalf of the fact that we were working on some staffing stuff. You know, we went through some things, all right? Before this last school year was out, we had a young lady from the Crier come in and just wondering what was the future of the Caneville Volunteer Fire Department. And all I could do is sit there and say, well, we're just going to keep working harder. That's what we're going to do. In February, we were hurt. We were down to a roster of 12. And now we can say that at an alarming rate, the department is growing. We've had a major shift in culture. Currently, our roster sits at 31. I have more people coming in, just knocking at the door, chomping at the bit. And it's really, truly a beautiful and an incredible thing to see because volunteerism died for so long. It did. And so we're very excited to see where the department goes. Since EMS services are kind of the more heightened issue, I just want to let you guys know that currently our staffing shows 2 paramedics and 12 EMTs. We do have also other individuals who are going through school, whether it be paramedic or EMT, okay? So we're increasing that as we go. Classes right now, just in the EMT world, are about $1,500. Paramedic, $10,000, you know? So we're working on it. We're doing the best we can. We'll get people through. Just so that you guys are aware, we are currently paying one EMT Monday through Friday from 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That is one person, but we have a lot of individuals who volunteer their time during those same hours, whether it be anywhere from 2 to 5 of us, myself, administrative personnel, these folks, we're there, okay? So our response times have decreased drastically. We're able to provide faster services to our community, and that is our utmost priority as we have the mentality of people first, okay? As a general quick breakdown, we've had 2 calls for this school year. This was prior to this past weekend. This agenda came out on Thursday, so we've only had 2 calls this school year. We've had 1 medical and 1 unknown fire outside. Okay, and I'll break this down for you just so you guys have an understanding. I know some of you have heard some of this before, but this will also help a little bit. On September the 10th, we were dispatched to the high school for a medical issue. And so as the call goes as such, the person who called 911, they called at 9:35. Our tones went off at 9:37, so that was a 2-minute difference from the time they called to the time our tones went off. Caneville Fire was en route by 9:38. That was a 1-minute response. Caneville was on the scene at 9:42. That is 5 minutes from time of tone to on the scene at the high school. Maple Park Ambulance, who is currently servicing our District 1 and 3 and 4. You guys are District 3. They were on the scene at 9:43, which is a 6-minute response. We were cleared from the high school by 9:59. So that is an amazing response, truthfully. And obviously times vary, things change, inclement weather, you know, there's a lot of different things that could come up. But that's the expectation right there. That's the expectation I have. Okay? And I would also like to note that you have some folks in your nurse's office who I actually graduated with. And those 2 individuals that are in that office are great people. I called them my friends when I was here. And I'm so incredibly blessed to be able to work with them when we go out there, and I know that your staff and your students are in good hands, truthfully. It was amazing to walk in there and be like, oh my goodness, I know these people. This is great, really. So I just want to let you know that. And then again, so the other call was the unknown fire outside. It was on 916 at the high school. It was located near the Fox Valley Career Center where the fire science program is happening. And Maple Park was actually out there training at the time. Yeah, those guys, right. So since they were out there training, one of their assistant chiefs advised us that we're just outside training, no worries, no problems here. So that one was quickly resolved. Okay, so that's what we've dealt with over the past few weeks. So nothing too crazy. I know that a few months back, again, interim Kevin Peterson kind of went over the breakdown of what trucks are coming when, and how what their response times look like, and any agreement that we had prior is still in place. And if I make an adjustment, I'm not taking away, I'm adding. Okay, so please don't think that I want to take away. That is not a part of the plan at all. If I see something, I will make a proper adjustment rapidly, and we'll get it taken care of. But I do just want you guys to know that everything is still in place. Maple Park is still responding to the Kaneland campus, and we will have the best possible response time from an ambulance service. Okay. I just had just a brief thought process on the referendum that we will have, and honestly, this is something that we will be focusing heavily our time on. You guys did a great job of getting your referendum passed. Ours did not, and that's okay. We have room for improvement. We have room for growth. Just be patient with us while we try to project what our thought processes are, our thought processes are. I got it. I had to pull start again. Hold on. And how we can best serve our community and the people within it. Okay, so we will keep you guys updated. We're going to do our best that we can. Though. It's going to be not till 2027. We've got some work to do. We will do that. If any issues arise, please contact us. Let us know. We're here for you. We want to be here for you. and I'm happy to take any questions right now if anybody has any. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. There's no action required for Caneville Fire Protection District update. The fifth item of new business is the discussion of provision of diploma upon completion of 4 years of high school. Dr. Rowling, if you please provide more information.
Absolutely. I'm going to actually hand this one off to Ms. Eggleston, who will inform the board.
Good evening, board members. I'm here this evening to inform you of a very important update regarding how Kaneland recognizes students with significant disabilities who participate in what is called our Life Skills Instruction Program. I want to share historically in the past, these students count for approximately 1% of our graduating class, have received what is known as a certificate of completion upon graduation. Moving forward, Kaneland will be awarding these students with a diploma acknowledging their accomplishments in the same way as their typically developing peers. This change aligns with our district with surrounding district aligns our district with surrounding districts, promotes equity, and affirms the hard work and dedication of every student. It reflects our commitment to celebrating all learners and ensuring that each graduate receives recognition that honors their achievement. These updates will be reflected in our student handbook and the Kaneland High School course guidebook to ensure clarity for students, families, and staff. This is a meaningful step toward our mission to support and recognize every student's success. May I answer any questions that you might have?
This is the same proposal we discussed in
Yes.
Education Committee.
Yes.
Any thought as to retroactive
We didn't
award?
discuss, we didn't decide that, but
We can definitely discuss what that would look like as a cabinet and bring back.
We did discuss that.
We-
Yeah, we just have not
we
discussed it as a cabinet.
Oh, okay, okay.
we did discuss it, but we discussed it at the committee
Right,
meeting,
right.
but we did not discuss it and determine a response yet to
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm inclined,
I
I'm
would-
inclined
I would-
as,
me as well.
out of fairness to these young people
Yes.
who achieve this, having taught special ed, not the severe and profound, but, you know, I think it's an appropriate recognition, so the sense of the board that we direct the cabinet to figure out how we do this.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ms. Eggleston.
Yep.
And Ms.
Any
Eggleston?
other questions?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, not a question, but just a thank you, because this is a journey that you've championed for. I won't-
17
for
years.
17 years. She has been fighting for this for that long, and she's has had lots and lots of conversations with lots and lots of people. And so thank you for championing the kids that you work with and the teachers and the staff and stuff like that. You had never given up on this, so thank you for being just that person that absolutely saw this, that it was a need, and that we needed to fix it. So thank you for.
Thank you for acknowledging that. I also want to thank my cabinet team for allowing me to bring this forward and to this board as well. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, and I would say that I'm grateful for the fact that we do these committees because I've been on this board forever and I never even knew this was a problem, right? So I'm so glad that we're able to have these conversations because we can address things that should not take 17 years to solve.
It did.
Righting a wrong.
It did.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, There is no action, there's no action required for the discussion on the provision of diplomas for students in life skills instruction. The sixth item of new business is the construction planning update. Dr. Rowling, if you would please provide us with more information.
Yeah, so as a reminder, I do bring a update to the second board meeting of the month to provide both the board and the community information as to where we are in the significant construction that we're embarking on. Since our last memo, the district has met with the core planning teams for academics and for PE athletics. They continue to hold bi-weekly meetings and provide feedback and work towards a master plan. The district has chosen to work with Cunningham Recreation to help plan and install playgrounds, utilizing Game Time as a manufacturer. We have worked with Cunningham in the past. We held student panels at all 4 elementary buildings. I gotta tell you, interviewing 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders is it's a real treat. They get really excited about things and kind of build on each other, so it's a lot of fun. Definitely one of the highlights of the last couple of weeks for me. And if you weren't sure, they're really big on zip lines. Although I did get a request for a splash park.
Okay.
Which I doubt is in the budget. So either way, the playground core planning team met on last Wednesday, and we'll meet again this Wednesday. Members of administration and Wold Architects met with science teachers and the youth advisory board. We actually have a couple of YAB members here to elicit feedback about possible changes at Kaneland High School. Additional user group meetings have been scheduled, so we will be working with our, when we say user groups, we really mean those end users, right? The teachers, the staff that live in these spaces every day, and the students. Additionally, Batavia-based IFB has been chosen as the furniture partner for the projects at Kaneland High School. We've worked with them on a number of previous projects. So upcoming, we will continue to hold our user group meetings. We will develop possible playground layouts for implementation and share that with the core planning team and some of our internal stakeholders. I got a bunch of kids that are dying to see what might be coming. And we'll continue to meet with our other core teams to define renovation plans, and we are also meeting internally with our transportation and maintenance department to refine the plans for those facilities, which we expect to begin construction on sometime after the winter. So, any questions regarding any of these things?
I just gotta say, I love so much that you're involved with the kids and you're involved in everybody at every level. That is fantastic.
It's actually a lot of fun. It's dizzying but fun. So.
My daughter requested a rocket ship.
Okay.
One rocket ship.
Duly noted.
At McDonald.
Yeah, we have to beef up our insurance. So I see next steps is kind of starting to understand the layout blueprints of how things are going to move, especially when we start breaking ground. I know there was a discussion at one point talking about moving where the fire training facility area is. Is that going to be moved somewhere else, or is that just?
That is not in the budget.
Okay.
You know, I've worked with Mr. Gosh about cleaning up some things that were outside the area, and then we're also working on getting some windscreens to help, you know, dress it up a little bit. But it's not in the budget to move it at this time.
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how much stuff is shifting and moving.
No. On the campus, there's very little changing in terms of the layout.
Okay.
The addition of a couple of parking lots, the expansion of the stadium, and the movement of the tennis courts are really the primary thing going on in that area.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Anyone else?
Exciting times.
Okay, I will continue to keep you apprised of the project.
Thank you.
All right, there is no action required for the construction planning update. It is now time for superintendent and board report. Dr. Rowling?
Yes.
Do you have anything to share?
I do. So I want to highlight a couple of our Kaneland students that were identified as the Fox Valley Career Center Students of the Month. Trent Treve in cybersecurity, Chloe Cervantes in emergency medical technician, Aiden Connor for game programming, Ava DeWig for Foundations of Education 1, Alina Padavana for Law Enforcement 1, Cooper Yackel for Welding 1, and Audrey Collar for Foundations of Education 2. I also want to recognize our girls golf team who won the IA conference last week. So always exciting to see our students excel. I know we have a lot more athletic things, but I'm gonna leave that up to Ms. Stroll.
It's okay, I have exact names.
So, okay, great. Well, hold on, you're not up yet. But I know that you handle some of that, so just want to make sure everyone knows we're not skipping those things. And then additionally, Knights of Excellence Awards that were handed out these past couple weeks. Cord Sauer, Maya Grantcharov, Randy Brown, Colin Orfel, Kara Klesley, I think I mispronounced that one, sorry. Cassidy Adams, Hillary Sweat, Elizabeth Land, Ryan Charnstrom, Luke Again, Davis Espy, Bob Barth, Megan Miller, Kai Brantner, Jen Service, Becky Rothaker, and Jess Selak. That is also one of the highlights of my week when we get to go hand those out and show our students the excellence of some of the people that they work with. Just a reminder that we, if you have had a great experience with somebody that works for Kaneland, please consider filling out the Knights of Excellence form. It's available on our main website. We really love recognizing those things. And then finally for me, a reminder that our next meeting is on Wednesday, October 15th. So mark that down in your calendars, not on Monday due to the Columbus Day off. And that is what I have.
All right, Ms. Roll?
She has to send me hers, so I know what she's going to talk about. She always steals my thunder with the student achievements, so.
There's just so many exciting things. Good evening. I hope everyone has been well. We are now nearing the middle of fall sports season with many updates. Kaneland varsity football team unfortunately fell to Morris High School on Friday, September 26th, but they are still 4-1, so hopefully keeping strong. They will prepare to face Sycamore High School this Friday, and then the Friday following that, they will face Rochelle for our homecoming game. Boys soccer still in season, does not have the best overall record at 5-11, but they are 5-0 in conference and will face Ottawa High School tonight actually and try to continue their undefeated conference goal. Cross country also hosted their 55th annual Larry Eddington Invitational, where sophomore Carson Kaiser placed first in the 3-mile boys run, and Kaneland placed fifth with 166 points. Winning their conference for the second year in a row, girls golf near the end of their season. To secure this win, senior Kaylee Kunzman placed first, and then junior Brighton DeVos placed sixth, and Addison Runnestad placed seventh in their conference tournament. While organized sports continue to practice and compete, powder puff practice has started for the senior and junior girls to prepare for their homecoming week appearance. The Student Council Club has also announced that the homecoming theme this year will be Sunset and Santorini. The class officers and student council continue to prepare for hallway decorating and homecoming week as a whole. Along with clubs, DECA had its first fall leadership field trip where they gained the basic business knowledge to start the year. The students have been more open to being involved in things and are adapting well. Next week we will celebrate homecoming week. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Vogel?
I just want to tack on for girls golf. Mr. Rollman, the athletic director at the high school, did share an email with us last week, I believe, but the entire girls golf team was also either all conference or honorable mention all conference, and so that was just phenomenal. That's all I have.
Board members?
I got one. I just wanted to thank KEA and Speak. We have started up our dinner groups where the board members are going to meet with the Speak and the KEA dinner groups. And it's just a really great opportunity for us to meet in a different way and have really honest and open, authentic conversations. So I'm very grateful for those opportunities, and I'll probably have some topics for future agendas from those conversations as we continue to go.
I'll add to that, because I just met with my dinner group too, so excited to have those conversations, and that freedom to be able to just share, you know, without worry of like what they're saying and stuff, that they can just say whatever they need to say, so, yeah. I also have a report that, you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Okay. Health insurance met this month, and so it was kind of getting the band back together. We take the summer off, but we meet throughout the school year, and so we meet monthly. And the biggest thing I wanted just to acknowledge is the people that are in the room for the health insurance, the Kaneland staff that dedicate their time. They've already worked a full day of you know, did all the things that they do, and they stay, you know, once a month to come. But there's also others that work, you know, with Jackie and just do so many other things, and so I just want to just acknowledge them right now. We did talk about enrollment, we talked about flu vaccines and stuff like that, but to see the people that are in the room that dedicate their time to do this, and it's also, we have representation for every school. So if there is questions for health insurance that they don't, there's somebody within their own building that they can go ask those questions about. If there's flyers that need to be handed out, things like that. So having that representation, it's one of the greatest committees that I absolutely love working with, because to see how they all work and they are able to spread that information, the communication and the relationships that they build. So I just wanted to take this month's you know, to report that out, that I'm very thankful for all of them. And thank you to Jackie and Patty Reeder for leading it.
Anyone else on the board? Okay. Are there any topics for the future agendas that the board would like to discuss?
Not yet. I got some coming.
I have one. If we view Kaneland as a family, I think we would be well put to consider developing an honorary alumni. Because there's several people who make significant contributions to the community, but who, like Joliet Catholic, Bartlett, Marmion, Bennett. You local? Where'd you go?
Well, I mean, Romeoville. But yeah.
Romeoville. Scott, you
Plano.
Plano
St. Charles.
and St. Charles. You know,
We're on
I
credits.
think in a world where we're trying to build community and the sense of family, this might be how we adopt, or how members of the community are adopted. I think it only strengthens us as a school district and support. So we should probably discuss and consider if we want to do this and our criteria on going forward with this. My thoughts.
I love this idea.
And there is already Mr. Rollman has, a couple years ago, had already started working on reaching out to some alumni, and he does have photos and stuff like that, but continuing that, so when people walk into our school, the parents and the kids, when they walk into our school, they can see, their alumni, brothers and sisters that they can be proud of, and the work that they're doing now. How can we expand on that? Because that has been started, but where is it now? So.
Yeah, well, this is bringing in, you may not have attended Kaneland.
Too, yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
growing up in Western Springs, it's one heck of a bus trip.
Yeah.
It would have been.
Yeah.
It was already bad enough. Just something we should probably consider.
Yeah.
The couple members of the community I've run it past were enthusiastic, and I know several schools do this. So, something
love
to
this
consider for the future.
I like it.
It's a great way to bring more folks into our fold.
Into the family.
Yeah, yeah.
Into the family. So,
Yeah.
are we,
Yeah, we're good.
okay.
I mean, boo to you if you say no.
Any others? Any other future topics? percolating over there yet to come. Any others? Okay. It's now time for the second round of public comments. And we have none. So we will move forward. Anyone wish to speak? Thank you. You've all spoken to wish, you've all spoken to wish, you've all spoken to wish. All right. I'm sorry, it's been one of those days. Most of them are. The Board of Education is scheduled for a closed session to discuss the Illinois Open Meetings Act, Section 2, Sub C, Sub 1, and Section 2, Sub C, Sub 11, where there will be no action taken following the session. Therefore, after the vote to go into closed session, the recording of tonight's meeting will be concluded. I will entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss Section 2, Sub C, Sub 1, Section 2, Sub C, Sub 11 at 8:21 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
And a...
Yep.
No.
Yes, roll call.
Roll call. And a roll call, please.
Mr. Mankivsky.
Aye.
Mr. Kleisner.
Aye.
Mrs. Simmons.
Aye.
Mr. Cook.
Aye.
Dr. Lawler.
Aye.
Mr. Stallcup.
Aye.
Mr. McCollum.
And by 7-0, we will go into closed session.